It is week number 9 of the LHSA football season, and the Hash It Out Show game of the week is continuing to thrive throughout the year. We got two very good matchups once again this week, and we got a big one Thursday night, maybe one of the most anticipated games of 2025. It is going to be the Archbishop Shaw Eagles, the defending state champions, taking on the Bell Chase Cardinals in the cage on Thursday night. We're here with the head coach of the Bell Chase Cardinals, Coach Stephen Meyers. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Pretty good, man. I tell you, you guys having a really good season so far. I know last week was a tough game against St. Charles. I was right in the ball game. St. Charles a late touchdown to put it away and everything, but tell us a little bit about your thoughts on last week's game going into this big one this week at home against Shaw.
Well, I just thought last week, we knew it was going to be a close game. It was going to be a physical game. Both teams like to run the ball. Um, it came down in the fourth quarter. That's what we figured, and they just made a few more plays.
Very much understandable. I mean, it was a great ball game between the two and everything. And I know your team started to get a bit battle tested more than anything else. And what this week more than anything, and I don't know if this is the last home game of the season, but at the same time, this is big, not just for yourself but the team and the community. This is a very huge game, and especially for those seniors, they really want to go out on top, especially against the Shaw Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, of course they want to win. I mean, we do have our last game, week 10 is home senior night against Kinder Discovery. But yeah, it's a big game. Whenever Bell Chase plays Shaw, but we're gonna go out there and do what we do and see what happens. They're a talented team. They got good size. They can run. They got speed. Their defense is really good, and their offense is getting better each week.
Yes, very much so. That was something that we took a look at more than anything else beginning of the year, that the offense was going to be a little up and down, but we knew when it take time because they have a really good defense. I know your offense has a lot of experience with probably one of the maybe deepest backfields, in the district in itself. It starts with the quarterback Amari Ambrose, the running backs Dylan Carter, Kyle Wallace. Um, you know, with that offense right there and that offensive line and everything, what you expect from this team this week? You went against a tough defense. Now you're going against another tough defense. How's it been in practice? And on top of that, how it's been with that experience and that leadership this season, really taking some pressure off yourself coaching this year.
Well, definitely Amari and Dylan, seniors. Amari's a 3-year starter, so you expect him to thrive his senior year for sure, and he's improved greatly from last year. Dylan Carter looks like a whole different back from last year. He's just bigger, stronger. If he gets loose, he's going. And Kai Wallace, he plays a bunch of offense, and he starts at free safety for us, so he's playing a ton of snaps. But having experience and being older, of course, being older helps. Every year in high school, every year means is big. From 15 to 16 to 17, just your body and everything. Maturity level. So, but having that maturity has helped us immensely this year.
Very much so, very much so. Like you mentioned, Kyle Wallace playing a whole lot of snaps, playing both ways, but at the same time, you have an experienced defense, and it starts off with Savion Bartholomew, who's been uh, been starting since he was like a freshman sophomore, and then you got Logan Jackson on the D line. You also got Hilario Rodriguez, who's been a real good linebacker and everything. And like you mentioned, a very experienced defense. How much that they're gonna have to be a factor coming up this Thursday against Shaw.
But they're going to have to be a big factor. Those guys have been playing for 3 years. Savion's been starting for 4 years. And our front seven is a strong point of the defense. The defensive line for sure. We got Thomas Nelson also and Glenn Davis, linebacker Cruz LeBlanc, and Logan Smith and Hank Sawyer, who starts at tight end also for us, him and Savion. Um, it's big. We're gonna have to get some, slow them down and don't give up big plays. Just can't give up big plays.
Very much agreed. Man, but then also, a lot on the line for you guys. The fact that playoff implications on this one, that you're highly ranked in the power rankings. You're in the top, I think, top four or top three. Because at one point, your Bell Chase was the number two power ranking team, but regardless of the fact you're still within in the top four, how much it would mean to Bell Chase to get this win Thursday night and to really be in a good position? Because we talked about it before about y'all being back in Division Two non-select, and now that the fact that hey, we have a chance to do some things, and y'all done some great things last season. Now you were saying going in this year, this could be possibly a big year for us.
Well, I mean, we're right now we're power rated we're fifth, number five. But you beat Shaw, you get a bunch of points. You beat Shaw, you can beat Kenner. You want maybe a top four. You get a bye week. So it's big as far as power ratings. And it's just big to see where we're at. Also, kind of like with St. Charles. I thought we played good. I thought we played hard. I was proud of the team. The second it was 12-0 at half. We came back, made it 12-7. And had our chances, with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So it's just a big test for us. Because I'm going to say this, I think in Division II Select, there's a couple teams that are going to win state, and that's St. Charles, Shaw, U High. I don't see anybody else winning it. So if you can play with these guys, it gives yourself a chance. In our division, of course, North DeSoto is the big dog. They went to West Monroe and beat West Monroe a couple of weeks ago. So, but playing at home in the playoffs is really big. So having that home field advantage would be big for us.
No, during the before the season started, and we kind of talked about it a little bit. That I was kind of shocked myself that you guys scheduled Archbishop Shaw on a Thursday night before Halloween and everything. But I think that's what you really wanted more than anything else. But at the same time, not too many times Bell Chase has hosted a Thursday game, but I know this is definitely something big. Was that something that was already thought in the works?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought about it when I saw it was on Halloween, October 31st. And if you know anything about Bell Chase, people come here from out the parish to trick or treat and whatever, and they have big parties. So I was like, well, we're gonna do it Thursday night. Get more, the fans, more the kids would come from the community, more for the community, because I mean, like I said, Halloween's a big thing, and I think we'll get a bigger crowd. Definitely get more the middle school, the students. Definitely more of the students will be here Thursday instead of Friday. I know that for sure. Okay. So that was the reason. I mean, it's a short turnaround, but that was the only reason. So I'll be honest with you.
Right. Understandable. I don't think they're supposed to have school Friday, right?
Well, we got school, but it's it's Halloween, so I mean I don't know how many kids show up. Who knows? But right. But I mean the game's over at 9:30, so it ain't like it's whatever. It ain't like they can't get to school.
7 p.m. start. I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So exactly the point, and I totally get it because it is like certain areas and also communities always have take Halloween very very serious, and also it's like a big event. So it's very understandable why this game was scheduled, but we're looking forward to really a big time game coming up on Thursday, and especially for the community and everything else. That atmosphere is going to be something else and everything. And also, we're looking forward to taking a look at the renovations and stuff that's already done at the stadium. I know y'all still got a couple of phases, but you told me about the big one, readjusting the home side and a new press box.
Yes, we expanded the bleachers, the home bleachers. Got a new press box, so it's it's going to be it's gonna be a good atmosphere for sure. It's always is, and I think we do a good job. The school, the coaches, community of put on a good atmosphere, high school football atmosphere for the games.
Well, I guess get there early over at the cage because it's expected to be a huge crowd. Because I know Shaw travels very well, and I know Bell Chase wants to come out and check this big game out because of the fact that this is a very good Bell Chase team and probably one of their best starts they had in a long time. So we're looking forward to having that game coming up on Thursday night. The Hash It Out show tonight at 7 p.m. We got some big time guests. And also this Thursday night, the Archbishop Shaw Eagles will be taking on the Bell Chase Cardinals. Our pregame will be 6:45. Our game will start at 7 p.m. on GB The Sports Guys YouTube page. Tune in. It's going to be a huge one on Thursday night. Head coach Stephen Meyers of the Bell Chase Cardinals. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and we wish you the best against Archbishop Shaw.